Welcome to Chasing Curiosity TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Dawn breaks over the West Philippine Sea, painting the horizon in hues of gold and crimson. The ocean appears calm, almost serene, as if nothing could disturb its tranquil surface. But beneath this peaceful facade, tension simmers, and the promise of a new day is shadowed by uncertainty. For those aboard the Philippine Navy ships, peace is an illusion, fragile and fleeting. Every sunrise brings with it the possibility of confrontation, and every calm moment is laced with the knowledge that danger could erupt at any second. On the deck of the BRP Tarlac, the air is thick with anticipation. The crew moves with purpose, loading supplies and checking equipment, their faces set with determination. Their mission, to resupply the Marines stationed on the rusting hulk of the BRP Sierra Madre, a grounded ship that stands as a lonely sentinel on Ayungin Shoal, a battered but unyielding symbol of Philippine sovereignty in these contested waters. Suddenly, the radio crackles to life, slicing through the tension. Reports come in. Chinese Coast Guard cutters are closing in fast, their white hulls gleaming in the morning light as they form a menacing blockade. The crew braces themselves, knowing what's at stake. The blare of Chinese horns echoes across the waves, a warning and a challenge. The sound is deafening, reverberating through the steel hulls and the hearts of those on board. On the bridge, the Filipino captain stands resolute, his gaze fixed on the approaching wall of steel. His mission is clear, but the risks are immense. Every decision he makes could mean the difference between safety and disaster for his crew. Without warning, a Chinese vessel surges forward, unleashing powerful water cannons. The blasts hammer the smaller Philippine ship, shattering windows and sending the crew scrambling for cover. The force of the water is overwhelming, but the sailors refuse to yield. Cameras roll, capturing every moment of the confrontation. The world watches as the aggression unfolds, each frame a stark reminder of the dangers faced by those defending their nation's claim. Soaked to the bone but undeterred, the Filipino crew regroups on the slick, battered deck. Their resolve is unbroken. They stand firm, embodying the spirit of resistance and resilience. This is not a battle of equals. It's David versus Goliath, a daily drama played out in the vast, contested expanse of the West Philippine Sea. The odds are daunting, but the determination of the Filipino sailors is unwavering. To the outside world, this may seem like a distant dispute, a geopolitical chess game played far from home. But for those on deck, it is a fight for survival, for dignity, and for the right to call these waters their own. The courage and steadfastness of these sailors are a testament to the nation's resolve. Each act of defiance, each moment of bravery, echoes the hopes and dreams of millions of Filipinos. On these choppy waters, the struggle for identity, rights, and sovereignty is not just a political issue, it is a daily reality. The Philippine flag flutters defiantly in the wind, a symbol of hope and the enduring spirit of a people determined to defend what is theirs. Every patrol into the West Philippine Sea is a leap into uncertainty for the Philippine Coast Guard. Each mission begins before dawn, as the crew readies their ship for another day in contested waters, never knowing what challenges await them beyond the horizon. Their ships, often outmatched and outnumbered, shadow foreign vessels and escort Filipino fishermen, standing as the nation's thin blue line. They are the guardians of the country's maritime rights, ensuring that Filipino livelihoods are protected even in the face of overwhelming odds. Chinese ships use gray zone tactics, dangerous maneuvers, blinding lasers, and water cannons to intimidate and harass. These confrontations are not just physical, they are psychological battles designed to instill fear and uncertainty among the crew. The psychological toll is immense, help is far away, and every move is scrutinized. The crew must remain vigilant at all times, knowing that a single mistake could have serious consequences for themselves and their nation. Endurance is as vital as courage. Crews spend weeks at sea, stretched thin, always on alert. Sleep is scarce, and the constant tension wears on even the most seasoned sailors, but their sense of duty keeps them going. They document every incident, providing irrefutable evidence of harassment. Each video and photograph becomes a testament to their vigilance and a record for the world to see. This is a campaign of pressure, designed to wear down the Philippines' resolve. The standoffs are tense, and the faces of the crew reveal the strain of constant confrontation, but also their unwavering determination. Yet, the Coast Guard persists, escorting fishermen, patrolling, and refusing to be erased from their own waters. Their presence is a daily assertion of sovereignty, a message that they will not be intimidated or pushed aside. Their bravery is found not in grand battles but in the daily act of presence. Each sunrise brings new challenges, but also new opportunities to stand firm for their country. The mission is simple: to be seen, to stand firm, and to remind the world that these waters are not empty, but watched over by those who care deeply for them. Every day, they prepare for the unexpected, defending what is theirs with resolve and professionalism, no matter the risk. Against overwhelming odds, they hold the line. Their courage is measured not by the size of their ships, but by the strength of their spirit and their commitment to their mission. In these waters, quiet defiance is a victory. Each day they remain, each patrol they complete, is a testament to their resilience and their unyielding dedication to the nation they serve. The West Philippine Sea is more than a map. It's the heart of the Filipino nation. For centuries, its waters have fed families, inspired legends, and shaped communities. Losing these seas means losing a part of the national soul. Millions depend on its bounty, from fishermen in wooden boats to workers in seafood markets. When foreign ships block access, it's not just law that's violated, it's livelihoods and dignity. Beneath the waves lie untapped energy reserves, a key to the nation's future. The fight for these waters is a fight for pride, freedom, and the right to chart their own destiny. For Filipinos, defending the sea is self-preservation, a stand for their way of life. The West Philippine Sea is a global crossroads. 1/3 of world shipping passes through its lanes. Any conflict here would disrupt economies worldwide. The U.S., as a treaty ally, conducts freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's claims and uphold international law. The dispute tests the authority of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. China's rejection of a 2016 tribunal ruling undermines the rules-based order. Multiple nations have overlapping claims, making the region a potential flashpoint. The militarization of artificial islands has raised tensions to dangerous levels. Diplomats worldwide urge de-escalation, knowing the stakes are too high to ignore. The world is watching, because the outcome here could shape the future of international law. At the heart of the conflict are two narratives: China's historical claims versus the Philippines' legal rights. China's 9-dash line asserts ancient ownership, but UNCLOS grants the Philippines an exclusive economic zone. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, rejecting China's expansive claims. China dismissed the ruling and intensified its activities, building military outposts and harassing Filipino vessels. The Philippines holds a legal victory but lacks the power to enforce it. This is a standoff between legal right and geopolitical might. The impasse remains unresolved, with law and power locked in conflict. For generations, Filipino fishermen have risen before sunrise, their lives intertwined with the tides of the West Philippine Sea. The sea has always been more than just a source of food. It is their heritage, their livelihood, and the heart of their communities. Fathers teach sons the art of casting nets while mothers wait on the shore, hoping for a bountiful catch. Scarborough Shoal, once a lifeline teeming with fish, now stands as a forbidden zone. Where laughter and the hum of engines once filled the air, silence and warning signs now dominate, marking a boundary that fishermen dare not cross. Chinese Coast Guard ships patrol these waters relentlessly, blocking and chasing away local fishermen. Sometimes they even confiscate hard-earned catches, leaving families with nothing to show for days of labor and risk. Forced to fish in waters already depleted by overuse, many families now struggle to put food on the table. The once thriving villages face growing poverty, as each day's catch grows smaller and more uncertain. The loss ripples through entire communities. Empty nets mean empty markets, shuttered stalls, and lost hope for vendors who depend on the sea's bounty. The economic hardship is felt by all, from fishermen to market sellers. Yet in the face of adversity, these fishermen have become reluctant activists. They bravely share their stories with journalists in the world, hoping their voices will spark change and bring attention to their plight. Their testimonies fuel diplomatic protests, urging leaders to defend their rights and keep the issue alive on the international stage. Each story adds weight to the call for justice. These fishermen do not seek conflict. They simply ask for the right to fish in their ancestral waters, to provide for their families, and to preserve a way of life passed down through generations. Their struggle is a heartfelt plea for justice, dignity, and a return to balance, so that the sea may once again sustain their communities. Each evening, as the sun sets over the empty sea, the silence serves as a daily reminder of what's at stake. Not just livelihoods, but the very soul of a people bound to the water. China has transformed reefs in the Spratlys into sprawling, militarized islands. Dredging and construction have destroyed vital marine ecosystems. These artificial islands now host runways, radar, and missile shelters, extending China's military reach. They serve as unsinkable aircraft carriers, shifting the region's strategic balance. For neighbors, these fortresses are a constant, intimidating presence. China's actions violated promises and international law, deepening mistrust. The 2016 tribunal declared the island building illegal, but the bases remain. These islands are a lasting symbol of China's determination to control the sea. Philippine policy has swung with its leaders. Under Aquino, Manila asserted its rights through legal action and strengthened U.S. ties. Duterte pivoted toward China, downplaying the dispute for promised investments that rarely materialized. Chinese harassment continued, fueling controversy at home. Marcos Jr. reversed course, publicizing Chinese aggression and revitalizing alliances with the U.S. and other partners. The Philippines now stands at the center of a coalition pushing back against coercion. Navigating between superpowers is a diplomatic tightrope. The current strategy: build alliances, deter aggression, and keep dialogue open. It's a pragmatic approach in a region where balance is everything. The West Philippine Sea dispute has united Filipinos across the nation. From street protests to art and music, the message is clear: sovereignty is non-negotiable. Civil society groups support affected communities and organize supply missions, risking much for national dignity. Public opinion demands a strong stance, making appeasement politically costly. Yet Filipinos seek peace, not war, firmness without recklessness. The challenge is to defend rights while avoiding conflict. National unity is the country's greatest strength. In this fight, the people's voice is a powerful anchor. As the sun sets over contested waters, hope persists for a just peace. The foundation exists in international law and the 2016 Arbitral Award, blueprints for cooperation, not confrontation. True peace requires all parties to respect these principles. The Philippines has shown that even small nations can stand up for their rights. Global support and unified diplomacy are crucial to upholding the rules-based order. The struggle is for a future where dignity and justice prevail. The hope that fishermen can cast their nets without fear and peace can finally dawn. In the West Philippine Sea, the tide must turn toward justice.